interesting. So yes, if you are a low-level player, please do not try and delude yourself into thinking that you are extremely knowledgeable of the game. But also don't get discouraged, because maybe one day you will be awesome at the game. Everyone was a D-level newbie at some point. So, now that I have given today's life lesson, we can go back to the game, and it's going to be Cal versus Reality. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Reality, who of course recently was, spoiler alert, one of only 2 Kespa players to make it through the first round of WCS. He and Roro, in fact, were the only ones. Roro even making it through the second round, whereas Reality fell in a very, very close series to Puzzle, losing 1-2, and fell into the losers bracket. But he's already got a fan club. He's already got a lot of StarCraft 2 fans, so that's good. Feel very happy for him. It's quite funny, I feel, because Reality is like one of the guys that last season and this season I've constantly been saying he's like, he's a mediocre Terran, he's not as cool as Terran, it's like, you know, whatever, he's just a guy that January sends out a lot because she's a troll. And yet it turns out he's actually pretty damn good, so it's just one of those things, right? I mean, you know, hey, okay, think about it this way, Idra still thinks MKP is terrible, so at least I'm not the biggest offender. Heart Idra, by the way. So, going into game number 1 of the StarCraft 2 best of 3. Once again, Khan has taken the Brood War set, so Air Force Ace must win this best of 3 if we are to go to an Ace match, which will be in StarCraft 2. And yeah. Alright, in the bottom right is the red Protoss, whose probe has actually gone behind his mineral patch there, which is just an annoying little thing there for him. Not the end of the world. It is going to be Cal rather. Bleh, Cal playing for Air Force Ace. Let me just make sure everything is closed so we can minimize the lag. Alright, if it gets too bad I'll just switch to the other stream. Do not fret. And in the top left is the blue Terran. We will have Samsung Khan's Reality, who, as I said, has proven to be pretty good at StarCraft 2. I mean, if he can play a good series with Puzzle, I'm not really sure what chance Cal stands against him. But we shall see. Cal, of course, you know, one of the better players on Air Force Ace, used to be a fantastic Brood War player. He was one of the 6 dragons back during that era of Protoss dominance. But, you know, in Air Force Ace he's kind of been doing okay. It's not terrible. He's one of their mainstay players though. And looks like just chronoing out probes as normal. And we do see a wall at the top of the ramp there on the opposite side, as we would expect. And that is a bird, a T-Rex, and a dragon. Are those supposed to like represent players? I guess that must be Khan, right? Like Stork the Dino Toss? And wait, who's the dragon though? Is Jangbi the dragon? But who's like the pterodactyl thing? What the hell was, I don't know what that was. Where's Kiet? Wait, who speaks Korean? Somebody must speak Korean. Somebody translate. Gujilla? Oh, maybe it is Air Force Ace. Wait, no. I'll think about that one. I'm gonna sleep on that one. I'll figure it out. Let you guys know tomorrow what I come up with. Anyway, it's like walls being completed now. And we just have 1 gas being taken in the Protoss base for now. And I do apologize about the buffering. Oh, and the crashing. Actually, maybe that'll make it better. Maybe when it resumes it'll stop lagging. That'll be fantastic. Excuse me. Alright, so it looks like Zealot's actually gone to the top right to check it out. Doesn't see anything there, so now he knows that his opponent is cross map, of course, because we are on WCS Entombed. You cannot have vertical spawn. Or sorry, wait a minute, actually. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you cannot have horizontal spawns. Got confused there for a second. And look at this, we actually have both gases taken and a 1-1-1 opening for Reality here. It's very, very interesting. This is in fact the build he used against, or I don't know if it's the build, but he did do a 1-1-1 Hellion drop against Puzzle in their game number 3, but it looks like going for that fast tech lab, it is actually going to be Banshees this time. And the funny thing is that in that game against Puzzle, if he went for Cloak Banshees, he would have actually just won, I think. Like Wolf and Moltrap, or sorry, not Moltrap, whoa, Wolf and Caldor rather, were saying, they're like, oh my god, he's getting Cloak, he's going to win the game, and they didn't get Cloak, and they're like, ah, damn it. Looks like he's gone for that this time. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do just see a fast expansion from Cal. So this is going to be quite effective. He's excuse me, thrown down the 2 gateways as well before the Robo, so that Observer is not going to be out anytime soon. No second gas yet for him just yet either. And I mean, this is a very standard opening though for Cal, going for the the 1 gate expand into a 3 gate and then a Robo. So he's not doing anything wrong or unusual. It's just unfortunately for him, it is going to be very, very fast Cloak Banshees coming out from Reality. Now, since they are cross map, he will have a little bit of extra time there, since the Banshee will have to travel all the way across the map. But it's still going to be a little bit dangerous perhaps for him. Meanwhile, it looks like we do have a reactor now being added on the barracks, so I'm just going to reposition that a little bit. Factory doesn't seem to be doing anything for now, even though he does have the minerals to be making Hellions or whatnot if he really wants. But it looks like Reality actually might be saving up minerals for an expansion behind these Cloak Banshees. In fact, he's over 300 minerals now. And there, finally the Robo is started, but look at this, the first Banshee is about to pop out. Cloak is already over halfway done. There's going to be, I don't know, 30 seconds or so for that Banshee to just run around and get as many probe kills as it wants. Banshee is out. The Banshee is flying down now. It's going to take a little bit of a roundabout route, so it doesn't have to run through the middle in range of the watchtower. So at least that will increase the distance a little bit, give the Cross a little bit of extra time. And actually, the Robo is getting very, very close to finish. So if he chronos out the Observer, perhaps he will actually not lose more than a couple of probes here. Let's see. He's going straight for the Observer. Hopefully he will. Presumably he will. Because even if, I mean, even though he doesn't know the Cloak Banshee is coming, you want the Observer anyway just to go scout, just to check out what your opponent's doing. But he's not making anything right now. That's a little bit surprising. He doesn't actually have the gas. Oh my god, it's because he didn't take his second gas for a little while. And he's getting a Twilight Council, so he doesn't actually have enough gas for an Observer. Oh no. Oh my god, and now the Cloak Banshee comes in. Now he's got to chrono out the Observer. Now the Observer starts as soon as that Cloak Banshee comes in. He's chronoing it out. Now Observers do build quite quickly, so if he chronos that out, it will come out in good time here. But he's got to defend 2 bases, his main and his naturals. He's going to need a second Observer as well, just to make sure both mineral lines are safe. You can see the Banshee can bounce back and forth between the mineral lines here. Another Stalker being warped in, but without detection there, it doesn't really matter. The second Banshee now coming in, and it looks like the Observer is out, so going to ward away that Banshee. Oh my god, he might lose the Banshee! He loses the Banshee! A huge mistake there, I think, from Reality, getting a little bit over eager there. I mean, he couldn't have known exactly when the Observer was coming out, but I think he got a little bit over eager there. It would have been so important to keep that alive because, as I said before, with only one Observer, it'd be difficult to cover both mineral lines against the Cloak Banshees. He'd need a second Observer at least to cover both of those. But look at this, Cal actually sent away the first Observer. Where's his? Does he have another? He must have another Observer. Oh my god. Oh no, he does. Okay. Whew. I was gonna say. Okay, so Cal did actually chrono out a second Observer, and sending the first one over to check out what the Terran is doing. And now getting an Immortal as well, but meanwhile Reality has gotten an expansion of his own. And I think he's killed... Ooh, losing that Banshee again, what the hell? Wow, Reality just losing 2 Banshees fairly quickly. He did kill 12 probes, so that's very, very good, of course. But, I mean, ideally he could have kept both Banshees alive as well, and maybe, keep them in the red health, bring them back and repair them up, and use them as part of this attack. Because now this attack, now this pressure that he's applying with those Marines in the tank, that's a lot less scary. The Observer sees it, but Cal's like, well, I don't really give a shit because I have all these units and you don't have the Banshees anymore overhead, so your attack is not very scary, and he's absolutely right. Like, that attack force is no longer really scary. If there were 2 Banshees in addition to all those units, that might be slightly more scary. But, I mean, I think either way, Cal does have enough units to hold this off, or would have enough units to hold it off if there was an attack coming with 2 more Banshees. And this side, Cal is adding a couple more gateways now. He's getting his +1 armor. His blink is actually almost done, so that's what he went for. Meanwhile, look at this. We actually have a relatively quick Raven here from Reality. That's very interesting. Of course, that will let him snipe the Observer, as well as, more importantly, throw down a point defense drone to help against those Stalkers. It's a very interesting decision there for Reality, and it looks like we have a bit of pressure coming in from the Protoss player now. There's the forward pylon being thrown down. Units are moving in, but it looks like siege mode is done. A bunker's now going down at the front, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to break. One's just going to poke in here, see exactly what's going on. It's going to get smacked by a siege tank, but here we go. He's going for it. Nice force fields blocking off a lot of the Marines. Where's the point defense drone? I don't see a point defense drone anywhere. It looks like the Raven actually doesn't have enough energy. Oh my god, the tank's going down. Reality now in huge trouble. Cal is just breaking through here. The bunker did not finish in time. All the Marines are going down. The SCVs are pulled, but it's too late. Reality, he knows he's dead. Oh my god, Cal just going for it. Despite the siege tanks there, despite the Raven and the Marines. Without a bunker, even if there was a bunker, I'm not sure if it would have mattered. Look how many Protoss units are left. All those Stalkers, the 2 Immortals there. The blink blinks over the wall, but actually this might allow the SCVs to trap him. He might need to blink back now, but nope. Breaking down the wall anyway, and now those force fields actually working very nicely for him, completely blocking off all the SCVs. Reality is in so much trouble here. He's got nothing left. He's going to just fight with all his SCVs. The Marauder comes out, but it doesn't matter. There's 2 Immortals there and a billion Stalkers. And GG from Reality. Cal taking down Reality, who was able to play a close series against Puzzle, and yet has just fallen to this Air Force Ace player. Oh my goodness, Cal, what a beast. Holding off the Cloak Banshees and just doing a sick counter there at the natural. I mean, I gotta say, that's definitely in a large part thanks to Reality just losing those Banshees so quickly. You know, because, you know, I mean, there's so many things that the Banshees can do. You know, even if they don't get that many, even when the Observers are out, you know, if you just keep them on the edges, just threaten to harass, like if the Protoss moves out with all the Stalkers, you go in, you pick up a few more probes, keep the Protoss in his base, and then, you know, if it gets a little bit too hairy, you just pull them back and repair them up, and, you know, use them as part of the defense. I mean, those Banshees just provide so much there.